Hey guys, welcome back to the highest quality podcast on YouTube, the Some Ordinary Podcast. I'm the most responsible host of all three of us. I'm always on time, and I have the best quality usually.
Consistent quality, yeah.
Consistent quality. It's me, Caleb, aka Umpaville. You got Mudahar, you got Nux, and then we have our guest. I've known him for many, many, many years. RobertIDK.
Hello.
Ruben.
We've known him for 20 minutes, and
Dude,
we
this
love
was the
him.
most
Thank you.
This is the most
He's a cool
normal
dude.
introduction you've ever made in your life, Caleb.
I was told not to chew as
Yeah,
well,
it's like
so I apologize if any chewing sounds come through
It's just
in the
being
recording
relatable,
of this
dude.
podcast.
I keep hearing, we hear Nick Ikato snoring a few states away in the background.
I love how he's just like, it's almost like an apology video. I love it.
I feel so guilty right now.
Dude, where's your
I'm
dog?
racked with guilt.
Just making it look worse so it's like more relatable.
Yeah, true, yeah. I'm trying to be like you guys.
I feel like that's such a psychological thing for any apology. Well, the apology video is great, because that's psycho.
Yeah. Like, I'm normal. I'm just like you.
Yeah, well, it's better because, like, I swear, I think the best apology videos, man, are, like, the ones where, like, it's actually the exact opposite, like, just unironically. Like, anytime I see somebody, like, just, they have the shot showing their mansion first, and it's like, guys, I f***ed up.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
No, the
Those
best
are
is, you know,
always- it's like-
you're holding your dog and you're talking to your dog. We really messed up this time, didn't we?
God.
Huh? Didn't we mess up this time? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we
T.
did.
Martin. Yeah. Dude,
It's like, what did the dog do?
I heard that Liver King, I heard someone say, so Liver King's apology is like only in one ear. Like the audio is all messed up. And someone was like, he did it so that it would be harder for people to react to.
No way he thought that through. There is no way.
I don't think so,
No
but
shot.
that'd be pretty brilliant.
Bro, that's your brain on roids. What the f***?
Yeah, that's the proof. That's all the proof.
It's like this man, he puts his apology video on Netflix so that everyone that reacts it gets copyright struck.
Oh, yeah, that's brilliant.
I like when I saw the Liver King apology. I'm like, how many people actually believe this man wasn't on roids though? Like, was that
The people who are dumb enough to buy the products. That's the thing. It's dumb people, you know?
Yeah, I was never fooled.
Yeah,
Which at
dumb
that
people.
point, it's like, man. At that point, it's like I don't even feel bad for you. Like you're just stupid. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's the pink sauce all over again. It's the same exact thing.
Yeah, he didn't remotely look natural. But
Oh, did you see
like-
that, by the way, that the pink sauce turned out orange? Like, people bought pink sauce and it came orange. Did you see that?
I never got mine, by the way. Remember when I bought it?
Yeah.
I never got it. Bullshit. I got refunded, though.
I mean, like
Nice.
it's hit the actual market though. It's hit the actual like market, and I kind of want to like, oh my god, it's actually like official. That's crazy. No, you can get it now. You can get the official version, Oopie.
You can actually buy it now?
Yeah, it's an
It's
official
only
version.
444 calories a tablespoon. It's a steal.
Dude, it's
Is it
the
still?
most calorically. No, here.
It's
I'll
like
show you
uranium.
the actual thing.
It's the uranium of the condiment world.
No, here, I'll show you guys.
Oh, nice.
Right
There it
here, can
is.
you guys see it?
And it's not even
You can
pink.
buy it. But it's as seen on TikTok and Insta. Bro, she won. Like, she
That's
actually
strawberry
won.
smoothie
is
right
the
there.
thing.
Non-ironically,
disgusting.
that bottle looks good. That's a good looking. That's like good art.
It looks like a smoothie.
Yeah, from TikTok to table, shock your taste buds with flavor and thrill. Taste Chef
This
Pie's
thing-
famous sweet and tangy sauce, made vibrant
It's
with
pink.
dragon fruit and spices.
Taking it
Talk to
fancy.
table. I hate that. I hate it.
No, dude, but it's like Pepto-Bismol with, like, pepper flakes in it. It's kind of crazy.
It does look like a smoothie to me.
Imagine opening up, like, your lunchbox, and then, like, that's, like, the color grading of your actual food. Like,
Why
I
is
got
it
some fried
pink?
chicken with me. I got some Pepto-Bismol. Like,
Some
yeah,
pink
it's
schmutz.
definitely...
Yeah,
well,
bit of
here-
schmutz.
Well, it's still bottled in the USA, okay? Let's be excited. Maybe it's still bottled in the garage in Florida. We don't know.
Low
Tasty chicken wings, sandwiches, hot dogs, a tip for crudité, egg roll, okay, whatever. Low heat. Ingredient list, okay. Dragon fruit puree, canola oil, coconut cream, water, sugar, distilled white vinegar, garlic, maltodextrin, ranch flavor, okay. Contains coconut. Wait, why is it safe to ship unrefrigerated? It's made at an SQF, an FDA approved facility. I want the audience to remember Chef Pie, when asked,
At least the facility's approved. They might
Well,
not be
I-
approved, but the facility's good.
I want you to remember that, like, Chef Pie last time, when she was asked about the FDA, she's like, why would the Drug Administration need to be involved?
True.
Did she really
Wait
say
a
that?
minute. Well, yeah, because they were like, why would the FDA need to be a part of it? Because she had initially thought it was drug. I'm like, hold on.
It's
first
the federal
part of that
drug
is the
administration.
food.
Federal drug.
I don't even
Eat
see
more
a
pig
caloric
sauce.
label. Oh, here it is. Impy, it's 100 calories per serving. What?
Okay, it's changed. That's
12
accurate now.
No, 12 servings.
That'd be the
per
canola
container.
oil.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's all oil. That's seed oil, bud. That ain't good. You don't eat that.
Yeah.
But there you
Make
go.
your balls shrivel up.
But we got the pink sauce finally. It's like right over here. Apparently, yeah, it has
Pink
turned
squirt.
orange. Like per this one image that I've seen, it came in orange for this one person. So it's again. I just want to say, if you're the people on the internet who are buying this shit and eating it, it's kind of your fault. Like there's no shame around it. Like you're the idiot in this scenario.
You deserve to get the orange.
Yeah, right. Like
you.
If you wake up tomorrow with like your intestines falling out, like I can't feel bad for you. You're the one that
This is what I
decided
say.
to go down that road.
That's what I say.
Natural selection.
Well, I do have to say, Caleb, there is an upside to your terrible quality today. You still look better than every single streamer streaming on Kick right now. So I do have to say, you're
I missed
definitely
something?
killing it.
What a
Okay.
segue.
So Kick is a new live streaming platform.
Kick is a messenger for pedophiles. Oh, that. Great.
Oh, I knew that from
no.
Omegle, the Omegle days, right?
Yeah, no. Kick, K-I-K is different. K-I-K is an
Yeah.
FBI honeypot. Kick is actually a new live streaming platform. So we all know Trainwrecks. We all know the gambling, fucking implosion that happened on Twitch, right? You're not allowed to gamble on, shady crypto gambling websites. Obviously, Twitch doesn't want to be part of that because these sites fall well under legal right from the U.S. government, or really any big government out there. So what's happened is Trainwrecks was pushing this Kick platform, but Trainwrecks conveniently omitted the relation
The
that
fact
Kick
is owned by Steak.
Steak.
yeah, Kick is primarily owned by
Gamble,
Stake. That's
gamble.
where it's getting the bankrolling. So
Gamble.
Trainwrecks has been on this like holier than thou push, where like it's kind of
For
like
me, that was the
Twitch.
weird part. It was like Kick cares about its creators because 95% of subs go to creators now, not like Twitch, which takes 50%.
The ethical solution.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
instead
trying
of-
to promote it
Kick-
as like
Kick is- Right, Kick is just a massive promotion for gambling. Like that's
Instead of
what
the
the website is.
Instead of the platform being held up by Amazon Prime and Jeff Bezos and all his dirty money, it's held up by addiction and gambling, which is
And all that dirty
I
money.
wonder who's better.
Now,
Ask
now-
This is not
Hassan, which is
billionaires,
better,
man.
gambling or capitalism?
Yeah, we should ask Hassan. Oh wait, he's banned.
I mean, at the
He's
end of the
unbanned.
day, both of these are highly capitalist scenarios, and I want people to understand. I don't care if you gamble, okay? Like, who gives a shit if anybody gambles? All right, there are tons of vices that are promoted all the time, okay? Like, for me, gambling is like people who excessively drink on Twitch, right? Like, I think that's also unhealthy and whatnot. The problem with this is that these sites don't do anything to prevent children, really, from getting on their platform and gambling, right? Like, at the end of the day, if a kid goes into a fucking liquor store and he tries to buy, like, Jack Daniels, a liquor store is going to be like, nah, I can't sell to you. Because there are a lot of laws against that. You, A, lose your license, and you get your rectum resized in prison if you get caught doing that shit. The thing with crypto casinos is, like, they start up a platform, you funnel your money into them, and, like, there's just no safeguards for even legal gamblers, there's, like, no legal recourse for them either. So obviously, Kick has come in, and it turns out they're financing the whole thing. Now, there's a couple more allegations. For instance, one of them is like, is the site running on like leaked Twitch source code, which I can't confirm. I'm still looking into all that myself. What apparently it seems to me is that they're also using Amazon Web Services, so the same server farm that Twitch is using. So this whole idea of saying, "Fuck you, Twitch, let's stick it to you." You're still paying Amazon.
You're still using
like,
the same backbone.
You're not even paying the discount money. You're giving them full streaming money. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by our friends over at Ground News. Ladies and gentlemen, Ground News is here to shine a light on media bias and hold media accountable in a landscape where it's impossible to consult a single news source for the full picture. I've always told you that aggregation and getting your facts from everywhere is something you should do, all right? It encourages readers to think freely and add context and transparency to every news story so you can actually have cooperative, civil debate and actually have that become the norm, instead of signing into hug boxes and safe spaces and arguing on the internet about something that you should have a broader perspective on. Ground News itself is a nonpartisan app and website that lets you see how breaking news is covered across the political spectrum. With just a swipe or a click, you can quickly compare articles to thousands of publications around the world. You get a quick visual breakdown of which news is covering it, their political biases, and how factual their policies and reporting actually are. It's a fantastic tool to actually expand your media mind, so you can actually look at how people are so divided and how we can find some more common ground, because there exists amongst each other. Go to ground.news/someordinary or click the link in the description to subscribe for unlimited access. Subscribe before December 20th and get 35% off. Anyways, let's get back to the show. So it's coming to this where it's like, obviously anybody who knows anything about like live streaming, or like even creators all know this, is that it costs a lot of money to distribute that feed across the world, which is why there's so many few companies that can do it. Even the companies that have big money like Microsoft can't even get it through the door with Mixer, right? Like it's literally just like whoever's entrenched can operate this whole thing. Like Twitch runs, but Twitch runs with like this big blessing that Amazon's giving them. They basically have endless money to keep it going. So I'm looking at Kick.com or Kick or whatever, and I'm literally looking at it like this only is going to be up there for a few months at max, because right now it's literally appealing.
Bad name too. Bad name.
Exactly. It's literally only appealing to like these banned or like crypto gambling streams, which is not enough like people to draw in to get the site moving with any traction, you know? Like, Twitch is successful because Twitch has such a large user base. It's not because Twitch is just propped up by one specific type of streamer. They've literally become known as a live streaming platform. It's the reason why even YouTube, despite all the people that they bring in with them, is still not fighting them, you know, head on in the live streaming world. You know what I mean? Go ahead. You get your hand up.
I like the idea of them starting a new platform. Mixer had Ninja. I'm sure there was another one who had someone else. Kick has Trainwrecks, which is like a, you know, that's a...
Yeah, what's it called? Had PewDiePie, right? Live, what's it called?
Yeah, D-Live. Yeah, D-Live.
D-Live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they couldn't have chosen a more respected creator.
Yeah. It always goes well, you know. They always catch up to Twitch, you know.
It's just so interesting with like the holier than thou attitude. Like, honestly, if he had just said, "Hey, Steak has built this platform," no one would care. Like, I wouldn't even think about it. But it just comes across as shitty for somebody that wants to be holier than thou. You've got this transparent, like, you want transparency. Well, then just be transparent why you're giving a 95-5 cut. It's because this is all just an advertising push from Steak, because
this is going to be a gambling live stream platform.
It is already
100%.
You don't have to wait.
Like,
too
literally,
long.
that's the largest.
Okay.
That is the largest like streaming. Like, it's that or hot tubs. Okay, literally, like, you weren't in here, but when we got into the site, we all can literally see the first recommended thing it gave me was based something, which the profile picture was like a whole swastika.
Like, no way, dude.
That's not an exaggeration.
Was it Kanye?
Not an exaggeration.
They got Kanye on there too.
No, but you know, this is the thing too. Any of these alternative platforms, any of these alternative that cater to like band streaming or any of that, right? Every single one of them gets like fucking just hijacked by like a 4chaner. That's it. You know, it's like, it's not even the fault of the platform. It just literally gets hijacked by people who know they can't like say certain things on regular mainstream platforms with an enforceable TOS. That's all it is. Which it can absolutely be like the death knell for any site, because it's like once that hits the mainstream news, like your site caters to like, you know, all like crazy neo-Nazi type people. It's all done. It's all over. Like you've lost the, like you might as well go back to the drawing board, so to speak.
Yeah, you're toast. And,
I'm liking the future of this one though. I'm excited to see how it goes.
The future is bright. Yeah. But there was you saw like. It was already full of slurs and all that fun jazz.
Yeah. Have you ever done any live streaming, Robert?
I have a few times. I don't know. I think because I'm so big into the post-production side of my stuff. Like, I'm obsessed with editing and whatnot. So live streaming, yeah, you and I are the same in that regard. So like live streaming, I've never been able to capture that, and so I'm never quite satisfied. And I know I just don't have the energy to perform for like 8 hours or whatever these top streamers do.
They're not really performing though, let's be honest.
I know. It's
just,
like
just put on a YouTube
they're sitting
video,
there,
Robert.
I can't just eat on stream and be like, "Hey guys, pay money for this." So, yeah.
Robert, okay, here's
No
what you do.
offense.
So, do you have any YouTube videos you couldn't get to the other day because you had work to do? You had like shit to do. You were like, man, I wanted to watch this guy's video, but it's like 2 hours long.
Man, I would love to say that, but my self-control isn't the best. If I have an actual job, yes, but not in my current life. But for the sake of argument, yes.
If you want to make money and watch those videos at the same time, then try live streaming.
I like this.
Right. Well, that's what Mr. Beast said. Mr. Beast said in like his early videos when he's like saying Logan Paul 1,000,000 times. He was like watching Naruto on the other screen the whole time, and that was where the idea came from.
Yeah. He just wanted to watch the entirety of Naruto, so he was like, "Oh, hey, I can also."
You deserve to get paid for that. Let's be honest.
Fair.
Yeah, it's like sometimes I'm sitting there, I'm a guy like Breaking Bad on the monitor. I'm like, damn, what if I was just like what if I just decided to live stream and now I have a platform for it? Kick. Now
You
I can
deserve
just
it
like
for the hard work of watching the show, you know.
To be fair, though, you can do that on Twitch, too. You don't need to go to Kick.
Isn't
Yeah,
Twitch kind of
true.
cracking down on that though?
Not really.
I'm f***ing with you guys, of course they're not.
They were for like a week.
They were for
Yeah.
a week when it was like actual news, and now they don't. No one talks about it anymore, so they don't care.
They did it to our boy Hassan. Finally, he was live streaming somebody's. He was live streaming a Kanye West interview, and they got rid of it because he was streaming paywalled content. Now,
Right.
Yeah, but I feel like that wasn't Twitch. I feel like that was more personalized. Like I think they asked him to take it down.
well, yeah, the actual site owner in this case, it was Censor TV. So Gavin McInnes's, well, that was the website he was working with. I don't know if he owns it. He came in and
Say Censor TV.
Censor.tv.
Like-
Yeah, that's
Like
it.
CENSOR.
Oh yeah. Censor.tv.
That's ironic, okay.
Ironic.
Okay.
Okay. But I mean, you know, at the end of the day, like, if you wanted to legally look at something, they're right. Obviously, you're streaming their paywalled content. But at the end of the day, it's like, it does come across as a bitch move for, like, free speech warrior types, where it's like, oh, this guy's like... Yeah.
The whole conversation is shrouded in irony at like every turn. Like everyone's a hypocrite.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Now, granted, I haven't seen how Hassan Piker was reacting to it. There's a chance that he might have, like, walked away from the monitor and, like, started to, like, you know, take a shit for 15 minutes.
There is a
That could have been a
slight
thing.
chance that there might have been a second or two where he wasn't actually.
haven't- Yeah. I haven't
Being
seen it, but it literally just takes a second or two to, like, you know, serve as, like... Because the thing with the DMC, it's like fire and forget, right? Like, you fire it first, you ask the questions later. Now, I'm sure Hassan could challenge it, but, like, his method of reaction, like XQC's and all these people, has never been tested in court. Like, a lot of people cite the Ethan Klein lawsuit, but it's like, Ethan Klein, when he got sued, that was very obviously a case of, like, the man was
Transformed
well within his
content.
right of fair... Yeah. Very, like, any of the
Right.
older H3 videos, very, very perfect examples of, like,
An actual production.
exactly. It's perfect transformative content. Not like, I'll
Yeah.
put the video on this side and I'll play a fucking video game and call it a day. Like, it takes one court case for every React Andy to, like, lose their fucking job. You know?
Although
Yeah.
I do have to say, if you ever want to watch a good show and you don't feel like you can excuse yourself to waste that much time, you can just stream the whole thing on Twitch.
True.
No,
Dude, I don't have the self-esteem for that. I'm like, who would watch this? I can't. I don't have the confidence to be like,
Bro,
people
it's
wanna
true. You
watch
might
me
only make a
not do
few
anything.
$1,000s stealing other people's content.
yeah. I'd
Yeah,
watch
it's
it.
tough.
What,
tough.
what show would you stream? What would be the show that you would stream? Like, you would copyright infringe. You have to break the law. Go big or go home.
Dude, I don't think Japan knows Twitch exists, so I would just watch anime.
True. I'd want something that I can actually add to. So, like, the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob, I've seen at least 40 times. Like, I have a video on my channel of me blindfold reciting an episode. So I would do SpongeBob because it's like I'm an encyclopedia on it. Only the first 3 seasons. Everything else horrible.
Well, yeah, anything new SpongeBob is designed for, like, a whole new
It's
generation
beyond
of kids.
new, though. It's like, it was amazing for 3 years, and then it's just been 20 years of trash.
I watched
like,
some of the
this
new
thing out of its
SpongeBob
misery.
stuff. I watched some of the new SpongeBob stuff because it shows up to, like, my aunt's kids, and I know, Nux, I know you're gonna be like, my
And
aunt's
kids, of course.
watch
That's
their
what everyone
SpongeBob,
calls
yeah.
their cousins.
I know that they were watching.
I watched that episode, yeah.
They were watching new SpongeBob seasons, and I swear to God, when I saw how fast, because it's really fast paced now, and when I watched
It's just
it, I'm
chaos. It's just
I'm
chaos.
like, am I high? Like, am I on like speed or some shit?
There's no writing involved.
Well, of course not.
It's like they got an actual child to be like, okay, what happens next? Oh, and then the snails get in a giant fight. Oh, and then an ice cream truck falls on them. You know, it's like it's nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
You know what I mean by it? They feel like, and I think a lot of animation does it today. They feel like YouTubers, like the kid-friendly YouTubers, the ones that are always screaming with the jump cuts and all that. It feels like you're watching that just as an animated show.
Yeah, people talk about like how short attention spans are, but it's like there are a lot of like kids creators who do like super low effort long stuff, and it's like I think people misunderstand the low attention span thing because you can trick kids into watching some very stupid bad stuff.
I do it every day.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I try to trick adults into doing it too, but hey, you know.
Yeah.
I told you guys my video processor is a big ass bong under the table, so like anytime you see the video cut, it's just me lighting one up before I go to the next stage.
Yeah, I think I heard you say that, and I couldn't tell if it was a joke.
Yeah, why is it that very often in your videos you have like this blaring red light? Everything is just drenched in red light. Why do you use that red light?
Oh, it's because it literally fucking like gets rid of the red eyes in the video.
I know the answer.
Wait, are you serious? I don't know if you're serious.
I am 100%.
He is,
I'm
bro.
not joking.
Okay.
There's some...
I don't know. I watched like a bunch of episodes when Oompa asked if I wanted to come on. I watched like 10 episodes, and I got to that point where you talked about that, and I was like, I don't know if he's joking or not. I don't know him well
like
enough.
sometimes when I'm making a video, it depends on how stupid it. If it's serious, obviously I'm completely like sober the whole way through. But like if it's something like really dumb, like here, like horror games. Okay, so here's the thing: horror games freak me the fuck out. Like they really do. Like it's not like every other. Like you know, a creator like when they see a horror game come out.
I wanted to ask about this. Yeah.
So when a horror game comes out, I bet every YouTube creator's like, "Oh shit, boys, we're paying fucking rent tonight. Let's go." When a horror game comes out that's popular, and I'm there, and I'm like, I don't want to play it because I actually get really fucking scared and freaked out. There's this movie back in the day called The Ring. I'm sure all of us have seen it, where like the bitch comes out of the TV. I used to turn the monitor in my room around so the bitch would hit the wall when she jumped out. That's how scared of the movie I was. So now, as an adult...
I wanted to ask...
Go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off. I wanted to ask, because you talked about in an episode how Five Nights at Freddy's is not, like, at all scary, but you also talked in, like, a different episode about how you are very scared of horror games. Mm-hmm. Like, I know FNAF is so stupid, but, like, I still don't want to get jump scared, so it does still get me. So why does that do nothing for you that other games do?
I think it's just, like, the jump scare. Like, I think it's the... When I get to... Jump scares don't necessarily freak me out. It's the actual, like, the haunting, like, the atmosphere of a game. Like, if you play something like Silent Hill, there's never really any jump scare, okay? Like, there's never really anything that pops out and scares you.
Getting
but
chased.
It's the whole, like... Exactly. It's like it's like you're always expecting something to happen, but it doesn't happen, so it keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire time.
Jump scares are the fart jokes of horror. They get a knee-jerk reaction, but they're not...
My neurons activate.
For me, the worst...
My neurons are not immune.
For me, the worst is a slow chase, where it's like something just like walking towards you, and you have to do stuff. And you've got to, like, it's coming behind you, you know, and you have to, like, do shit and then run around it or whatever, avoid it in some way. No. That's the scariest thing to me.
Have you seen It Follows?
Oh, yeah, dude. The movie scares the dickens out of me.
My scares in video games fall so hard when, like, you give me a weapon in the game. Like, as soon as they give me, like, even if you give me, like, a rinky-dink pistol in Resident Evil, I'm like, all right, now we're cooking with gas, boys. Let's fucking go.
Exactly.
That's why Five Nights at Freddy's is the scariest game ever. All you got is the doors in FNAF. That's why it's
You're
so
just
scary.
a maintenance guy. A security guard. That sucks.
Yeah, like
not even a cool one.
For me, it's like, I get scared of shit like that, and when it pops up, like, it freaks me out. So that's why, like, when it comes to horror games, like, I always have, like, a bong underneath the desk, so it's like, anytime, like, something scary is about to happen, I'm like...
I feel like this is just the Muda... This is the Muda life hack episode.
It is!
Well, no,
like...
you're in the group of people who don't get anxiety from weed. I 100% do. I would be like, way more scared if I was high and I was playing a horror game.
Dude, it puts me in such a, like, sleep state. Like, the one time I ever did, like, a bong hit... and the one time I did a bong hit very recently in my life, so I've never been like a weed. I'm still not a weed smoker. Like this is only like, oh shit, I'm in the
You
middle
just
of
said
something.
there was a bong under your desk, and you said you were serious.
Yeah, but it's water,
No,
bro.
I'm not.
It's just water.
No, it's
just
really
bong
rare.
water, bro.
It's
a drink.
The lies end.
It's an emergency de-stressor.
It's
is
G
all.
Fuel, okay?
It's a drink.
Listen,
Okay.
Yeah, it's G Fuel.
just
All right.
vaporizes G Fuel and inhales it. It's not the same.
No, like
got peptides.
so
Now
when
now I understand.
like with
peptides in
bongs,
it.
it's like the first time I did it. It's like the first time the first time you ever take like a whole, because it's like it hits you instantly is the thing, right? Like the first time I did it, it's like eyes are all like dead, you're puffed up, you're gone, dude. I had the best sleep ever for like just the whole night. Like it was like the best sleep medication. But now it's just like, if I'm ever playing something that's super anxiety or horror inducing, like there was some times where like I was doing like those deep web browsing things like every week, and some of the shit that I was looking at was so weird that I was like, all right, let me just get really high before I go into this freaky site. What's up, Caleb?
Do you do weed nuts?
I do not. I don't do any drugs.
Have you ever done weed?
I never have.
If you want a horror game to be more anxiety-inducing,
I
just
never
have Caleb
have.
holding the hand up in the corner of the screen. That just gave me anxiety.
You've never done weed nuts?
Nope.
Do you drink at all?
I do drink. I don't get
Okay.
like smashed, but I do drink.
That's cool.
Do you feel like you have to? Do you feel
Yeah,
like?
I don't do either.
Wait, you don't drink either, Caleb?
You've never,
I've never
right,
drank.
Oompa?
I've never been drunk.
That's incredible to me. Good for you, dude.
How do you think I got my hair to look
I've
like
never
this?
been drunk either. Your hair looks.
What does
great.
that mean? I have weird hair
know.
too. What does that mean?
I don't know.
No, but like
This man,
I just think it
he-
looks funny.
He built all his
never-
comebacks off like Brooklyn Nine-Nine gags.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Nine
never-
Nine.
I've never even
Gags,
seen
yo.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I love 9gag, love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Thought I'd try the mashup.
Brooklyn
Damn, bro,
Nine-Nine.
you like 9gag? You're freely admitting that right now?
I like.
No, he said Brooklyn Nine-Nine
Okay.
gag, and I was like, whoa, that's like a thing.
It's like
I,
Nine
uh,
gag and Brooklyn.
I talked to-
I don't like 9gag, no.
I hung out with somebody a while ago who asked me if I knew what iFunny was. And I was like, yeah, I know what iFunny is.
They were not
You
male,
heard
I
of
imagine.
iFunny?
No,
Oh my god.
it was not. That's how I acted. I was like, what?
Did
you know about
draw-
iFunny
were
too?
you Just like,
It's this cult
Dude,
secret
there's some
on
good
the internet.
RobertIDK memes on iFunny, man.
Caleb was like, let's talk about that iFunny watermark.
Yeah, let's talk about that iFunny watermark, bro. Come on.
Yeah, what's your favorite website?
Have you ever seen the meme of the guy who tases on iFunny?
Wait,
Yeah,
Taste
that's
is
you.
on iFunny?
Yeah, that's
Caleb,
that's where
that's his
that
claim to
clip of
fame.
me where I tase my claim to fame, tasing my that went viral on iFunny. It has like 20 million iFunnies.
iFunnies.
Isn't iFunny
iFunnies.
images?
Yeah, I
I
don't
thought
know.
it was just images.
And GIFs.
It is,
There's
it-
GIFs.
it's GIFs, yeah.
I haven't seen that GIF.
We're just in different circles on iFunny.
I like the idea of like going viral on each different website for a completely different thing. I've never seen the Oompa Balls. Never seen the Oompa Balls.
I have many times.
Like, imagine if you went viral on like imagine you go viral on like one site for thought-provoking commentary and in a really good interview style, and then like the other site he's just like tasing his nuts or some shit.
I've
on
never
some
gone viral for
retarded-
anything but
That's the
stupid
dream,
shit.
dude.
I don't even know if you understand the joke you made just now, Mude. You went famous on YouTube for your commentary, and you went famous on TikTok for your crazy laugh. You literally live that life.
True.
I did. I did.
Your life is a
That's what
dichotomy of
Kanye
both.
did. Kanye's going viral in different spheres for different things, you know?
Yeah,
He went
and-
viral
and
for
he-
his music. and our space.
Antisemitism.
And being
He went viral for his music, and then, you know, something else down the line.
Yeah.
Well, like, okay,
He just
so,
thought
so
he'd
Nux,
mix
how
it
do
up.
you feel about? Are you a Ye fan, Nux? Have you been? Is it hard to be a Ye fan?
Can't say I ever have been. Right now, less than ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so
Dude,
wild.
yeah, I used to...
Go ahead. Sorry.
There were times when, like, I would... Because it's like... Everyone would always be like, "Oh, Kanye's such an asshole." Like in like 2013 or whatever, like after the Taylor Swift thing, and I'd have to tell people like, "No, he's just a crazy. He's just crazy, but he has like good intentions. But yes, he has bipolar. His mom, who was his best friend in the entire world, died from a surgery he paid for. Like this guy has demons, and he's going through it. Now it's like, okay, I never have to have that conversation ever again. I never have to try to defend him for anything because like, oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, like it's funny how like a lot of
I take back everything I said.
the mental health like constantly gets brought in. It's like you gotta excuse. I'm like, and that only
can't
goes
anymore.
so far.
You
that
can't
only
anymore.
goes so far. It's like, you know, you have
Yeah.
all the like. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna say like money is. You know, he has the resources to seek as much help as he could, but he's surrounding himself with actual loony bins. Like he's sitting there with like Nick Fuentes and all these people, like just fucking going full anti-Semite, burning everything to the ground.
Yeah.
And
Put him in a loony bin.
it's wild because
You know?
like it's kind of wild if you think about it, because it's become like it's kind of like a resurgence of like anti-Semitism in like some talking spheres, right? Like people are like, why can't we question that? Like, and we've discussed this on the podcast too, where we talked about like, you know, overrepresentation of like Jews in media or something. But it's like, what is the end goal with that thinking? Like, what are you trying to say? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is
why
one
are you
group
saying like? Why do
overrepresented?
you even?
Yeah.
Why is he tweeting it? What is the end goal? What is he going to do? What is he going to do?
Yeah.
Like when you
It's
start overgeneralizing entire groups of people like that, your end goal usually is not good. You know,
Yeah.
regardless of what side it's from.
It used to be just promoting an album. Like, he'd do something ridiculous, and then an album would come out. But, like, I don't know how you spin this one.
Yeah, this is
Well,
wild.
he uploaded a song yesterday.
Did
He
he?
uploaded a
Oh, he
song
did?
yesterday
Okay,
on
never
like
mind.
Instagram. So he uploaded like a song.
What is it? A
or
comedy
whatever.
song?
No, it's another rap song. Like I listened to like the first 30 seconds. It's like I can't judge it, but it's like he just released something on Instagram, so maybe he is coming out with an album. But it's just like it's wild to see. It's so wild to see like Kanye West like going down this like weird like rabbit hole and like going full, because it's like you see him on the, when you can make Alex Jones cringe, like when you make Alex Jones go, oh
Not good.
wait dude, maybe you're going a little
Like, dude,
too
you went too far.
like you got a problem. You know what I mean? Like our boy Alex over here, like he was freaking out.
It is weird. His music has like gotten more unhinged over time. Like you
Yeah.
can kind of see his mind unraveling, where like you look at his first few albums and they are very cohesive projects that like have a theme and a style. And like starting in like with Yeezus in like 2012 or something, it's like, okay, these songs sound horrible, like in terms of like the mixing. And over time it's like, oh yeah, this album just won't have a cover. This album, they won't even have proper song titles, and it's like a weird, like, it does seem like his mind is unraveling over time, and like it represents in his actual work as well.
Nah, he's it's just like anybody that's like, I've seen people that used to be vehement defenders of the guy are just like, all right, we can't defend like just straight up like
Yeah, for sure.
anti-Semitism.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And you know, it's just a shame that the people he's like catering to now are like the absolute like, you know, nut jobs of the world. You know, like anybody that walks around like, because like I said just, you know, a few minutes ago, like what is the end goal of your thinking when you've generalized so many people, right? Like he can sit over there and say like Jews control Hollywood, but it's like, you know, in the real world I've met plenty of Jewish people that, you know, are just regular average individuals. You know, now that we're getting to a point where you want to like average like generalize them into like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, it is an offensive thing that he's going down into.
Yeah, but
honestly,
like, I mean, the Alex Jones
Yeah.
thing was him basically saying like Hitler wasn't so bad. I'm a Nazi, right? He said that.
yeah, like even
Yeah.
well, even
It's like,
even like
hello?
in the new like Gavin McInnes interviews, like Jews should apologize to like Hitler. I'm like, what the is wrong with you? Like,
Oh
yeah,
my
like,
What do you
God.
mean, Kanye?
man?
Oh my
What
lord!
do you mean by that?
It's insane.
What do you mean
Yeah,
by
it's
that?
like it's
I
like
wasn't there.
it's funny because like you have people who like legitimately you'll go on like fucking social media and they'll be like, you know, Hitler did like a few things. I'm like, no, okay, what? Because he walked some old
cares?
fucking lady across the street once, like. Look, oh, Hitler gave like $10 to a homeless guy once in like Germany. That really like no, it doesn't even begin to balance the war crimes that you were doing. You know?
It's like, oh, he was nice to his dogs. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like
That's awesome.
congratulations, I guess.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, I respect it.
Good job,
but,
dude.
Yeah, you know, Satan does something nice every once in a while, but like generally he's a pretty bad guy. Like, I just and it's wild to see like some of the people who are like the people who are adjacent to that level of thinking are like, whoa, hold on, you can't go that far, Kanye.
Nazi
Come on, you
adjacent.
can't just yeah, like
No, but it's funny because Hitler has become, I think, in like in media and in pop culture, Hitler is always the name for the worst guy ever. I mean, pretty understandably so. He caused possibly the biggest tragedy in human history, like as far as lives lost.
Yeah.
But he's known as just evil incarnate. Like, he's referenced that way. So it's amazing that...
Dude, I wish people had more education growing. Like, I feel, I don't know about you, like you, Nux, and Caleb. Like, Caleb, even though, like, you were homeschooled, you went through the same curriculum that all of us did in public, right?
Yeah. Mine was a private school, so it was, like, a lot. I did school 12 months a year. I learned a lot.
Damn.
So, like, for all of us, like, when I was younger, right, like, obviously, like, you're right, Knox, like, Hitler's a bad guy, but when we were growing up, they taught us about, like, a much more people than Hitler. They told us about Pol Pot, we learned about Mao, we learned about all these characters who were responsible for, like, millions of deaths, right? So it's not even, like...
The Armenian genocide.
Yeah, many people who are in the fucking genocide pool, right? So it's, like, even, like, Hitler, we're like, yeah, he's a bad guy, too, but, like... You know, there's also like 20 other people that are just as bad. We're not putting them on a ranking scale. We're just saying these are all
lots
bad
of
people
bad
in society.
fellows. Okay, they're S-tier bad guys.
Yeah. Nowadays, it's kind of a shame because I feel like there's some people that grow up that don't even know that like the Holocaust ever happened, or like there's some
Nick
people
Fuentes
that just don't
denies it, so he's in good company there, Kanye.
Yeah, I feel like the Holocaust denial shit is like that's like there's no explanation. Like I see people who are like trying to like argue the facts. I'm like, how? Like, why are we going back to this point in life, you know? Like, this is kind of like history repeating itself type shit, you know? I almost feel like, and I don't want to sound like hyperbolic, like I'm like permanently like, you know, online brained, but it does kind of feel like, you know, if you were in like 1930s Germany, you know what I mean? Like, oh shit, people are kind of starting to get that vibe.
Dude, it reminds me of the Family Guy joke where they were in Germany and they were like, oh my god, and they're going through like there's this tour, and the lady on the tour is explaining to them, like, oh, you see over here, this was built in 1931, and this was built in 1932. And then they go through the whole thing, and then they get to 1939, and then they skip, 1946, this happened. And Peter's like, oh. What happened? I don't understand. What happened in 1939? Nothing happened in 1939. What do you mean nothing happened in 1939? No, nothing. From 1939 to 1945, nothing happened at all.
Nothing in German history.
1945.
Well, did you guys know what just happened in Germany? They had like 3,000 cops bust like fucking what, like 30 people?
I saw
shit?
that. Yeah,
what?
yeah.
So
crazy.
Okay, so there's like 3,000. I think they were like German, like whatever German police, like the whole like police force of Germany, all the branches. They raided like a compound or some shit of like 30 people, like 30 actual people, and they found like a crap ton of weapons and all this shit, and they found like plans for them to take over a government building. I swear, I heard at one point, and I can't confirm this, but I heard at one point they were like, they had like a fucking EMP device, like an electromagnetic pulse, willing to like set off and take over the whole thing. They literally thought that just by playing capture the flag and holding the thing down by 30 seconds, they could control the German politics. It was some insane shit that I was reading. I feel like the EMP is like unhinged shit they wrote in the plan, so when they go to court, they're like, no, see, we're actually mentally great. We're doing the Kanye strat, guys. We have no fucking EMP. What are you
the
talking
Kanye
about?
strat.
From Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah. We're just
Is that still a
unhinged.
kill streak in the new Modern Warfare 2? The
Wait.
EMP?
Oh, I thought the
They still
nuke
have-
was in the new one.
Oh, probably. Well, EMP, both of them were in the original.
Yeah.
But no one selected EMP. That was for nerds.
That was for losers that didn't want to fucking play the game,
Yeah.
nerds. Dude, I
Yeah,
like the
someone
new
who didn't
Call
want
of
to use
Duty,
a copper
man.
gunner. That's lame.
I feel like I'm one of the few people that likes the new COD.
Me too. I had fun playing it.
Yeah,
I like
was playing
it.
new Call
I thought
of
it was
Duty.
good.
I'm like, yeah, there's people who are like, yeah, the aiming sucks, the skill. But I'm like, all right, whatever, nerd. All right, hold the L. I'm gonna have some fun
Yeah,
Those
today.
games
you.
are great when you take a few years off from them and come back, and it's like, oh, it's like the old times. But if you're actually buying the new one every year, you should probably find something else to do.
Yeah, you should, go switch up your game rotation.
Yeah,
Play
nerd.
something single player. Go outside,
But when I step away from it, because I was in the whole like COD 4, then Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, that rotation, and then it's like, okay, this is the same thing every year. Stop for 8 years and come back, and it's like, oh, fun again. But if I played all the ones in between, I don't think I'd have a personality at this point.
I think it's different too, because like I feel like for people who have to make content regarding a certain video game, that has got to be the most depressing fucking content path to go down. It's like if all I was doing was making GTA 5 videos, I couldn't enjoy the game. I would literally ruin my love for that franchise. Same for like Call of Duty or anything. It's like, bro, I just cannot play the same game year after year. Like it literally is, because like you don't have that breathing time. You're right. Like you step away from a Call of Duty game for like a few years, and you come back and like, wow, I got to see. Like you actually feel some differences. You know, like I remember like Call of Duty, the Modern Warfare came out, the 2019 one. And I took like a few years off COD. I was like, I probably played I played each and every one that came out for like maybe a day or two, and then I was like, whatever, bored. But then like I come back to this one, I'm like, oh shit, the graphics got better. Oh, it feels fun to play. And then I go onto the internet. I'm like an innocent kid at that point. I felt like an innocent child because I'm like, ooh, I like this game. Let me go on the Reddit board and see what everyone else is thinking. Oh, they hate it. Let's close out of that.
Well, Reddit, that's your first mistake.
Yeah, that's my first.
What I can never understand, the Steam reviews. When there's a Steam review and it's like, I don't recommend this game, like 1,000 hours on file, and it's like, oh, you just put yourself through misery for 1,000 hours? And
then they'll be like, I was AFKing, bro. That wasn't
Yeah.
actually my game. So I'm like, okay, buddy.
That's so crazy to me.
Like, I don't get that. It's like, this game started off as something great, and then patch 1.53 came out, and it ruined the whole experience. It's like, really? Like, did it really?
Yeah, I have to sit there. Like, it comes to like, I play a lot of those like Factorio games now, like the simulator, like fucking
the Destiny games.
Yeah, engineer, so if you like puzzle pieces, kid, this is the game for you type games. I can't say it because of YouTube's systems, but I love those kind of games. I'm sitting there playing them for hours on end, and yeah, you're right. Like one update comes out, and like there's a fucking like nut job in the Steam reviews, like this update killed and fucking ruined my family honor, so now I'm gonna downvote the game. I'm like, all right, buddy.
You'll see entire fan bases go that route though, and it's like, I don't know. I've never been, I guess as an adult, I have not been that passionate about a single game. Mm-hmm. So, like, I haven't gotten deep enough to where, like, one thing like that can mess it up. But, I don't know. Maybe there's validity to it, you know?
I wish I had the time to get that into one game so that, like, I could get into the... Because, dude, so I miss being, like, a younger guy. I miss being, like, a teenager or, like, a kid where, like, your responsibilities were so minimal. Like you could get into a video game and like go crazy.
I miss that, dude.
But nowadays it's like
that's when I was a YouTuber fanboy for sure. I can't get super into YouTubers and stuff now. Like as a kid, it's so easy. Like one thing I wanted to bring up was like you guys have had Keemstar on the show a couple times.
Yeah.
And to me, it's very surreal because most people's perception of Keemstar is very different than mine. I used to watch Keemstar stuff in like 2009, I would come home from school and watch the new Keemstar video.
Oh my god!
And this was before he was just called
too.
Keemstar. He was DJ Keemstar. That was his name. It was always DJ Keemstar. So it wasn't until like 2 years ago where I stopped calling him that because like he was in this he had this channel called Halo A-Holes where it was him and a few other guys doing trolling.
D-Ranker, Bad Robot, all those guys. Yeah.
Yes! Yes, dude. That was my favorite channel for a few years, and I'm not proud of that as an adult at this point. But as a kid, like, seeing Halo trolling, I was gonna make a trolling YouTube channel. That was gonna be my thing in, like, 2010. But it was just so weird seeing his story arc, like, because he was, like, the guy who did every, like, get rich quick, like, he was like the cockroach of the internet, like, everything, like, he'd get banned, and then start something new, and then a year later, it's like, oh my god, he has 1 million subs, gets banned. Like, he used to get console banned on Xbox 360, which, that was hard to do.
The funny thing about Keemstar, he's not just console banned. You can't get any variant of the word Keemstar on Xbox Live. I don't know if it's the same now, but back then he got, like, chat, you got to understand, like, people watching, he got banned, I think, like, I want to say 15 times. Like, he went through 15 full Xboxes for this. Because, like, every time he'd
have
show
them
up,
stacked in his background.
like, no, he's not even joking. Like, in his Ustream stream, and yes, I remember, it was Block TV or Ustream, whatever one it was, there was, like, just
Probably
stacks.
Ustream.
banned, what the stack gets bigger, the horde gets larger every time.
And dude, you didn't make that much money at the time doing like content like that. So at the time, it's like, oh my god, this guy has to buy a new Xbox for this every time.
You know how that worked though? You know how he cheated the system though on that? So what Keemstar did was, Keemstar made a game back in the day called Fortress Craft. So this is during the height of Minecraft. He
bought a big stake in it.
I think he legit just made it. So like back in the day on Xbox Live, I don't know, like Nux or Oompy, you know, they used to have like indie games for $1 on Xbox 360. Like you could just buy one. So Keem made a.
I remember Doritos Crash Course, and that's it.
Bro, he made a Minecraft clone before anybody made a Minecraft clone. And like I bought it as a younger teen. I'm like, oh shit, my computer can't run it.
Because Minecraft wasn't on Xbox at that point yet.
So he built Fortress Craft, which, you know, whatever. It was just some fucking clone of it. I bought it because I was like, man, I can't even run it on my computer. Let's just go try it. He made like I think $1 million off of that, and then it's just like he like that made him uncancelable. All right, like even if you remove this channel, what the fuck, you're just gonna come back and shitpost all, because at that point all that sensibility of like, oh, I need YouTube ad revenue to survive went out the window. He's like, fuck that, I got Fortress Craft money, let's just go. And people like look at Drama Alert, but yeah, I was there at the beginning of Drama Alert. I was like, I knew Drama Alert back then was just Call of Duty shit. Like we're talking this is strictly Call of Duty commentary beef. Okay, that's all it was. This is like Wings of Redemption, like Woody's Gamertag, White Book. Some people will not remember these names, but I was like, damn, I was there for.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, he was nipple twisting the community at the time.
He made so many channels. I remember. Did you ever see Lady Gaming? It was like all of these Call of Duty commentators, they're all guys. Let's make one for the girls. And so he like signed on a bunch of these girls, and he was trying to convince them. He had videos of these like negotiations. He's like, I think the way we really blow this up is if we make it sexy. And they're like, yeah, that's not happening. And he was just trying to make like Twitch like streamers before they were a thing.
There's no way.
Yeah, it didn't
He's
work
so
out.
anti the Twitch streamer thing.
How on the nose, Lady Gaming.
Lady
He
Gaming,
had so
bro.
many channels like
He's
this.
like sitting over there. It's like hot tub streams. Think about it. It could be the next big thing.
Dude,
Do you
he was
guys,
a visionary.
Do you guys know Pwnstar? Did you guys ever watch Pwnstar?
I've heard of the name.
No.
I've heard of the name. Yeah.
I used to watch him a lot.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard of that name.
He used to rage a ton. He was in the whole like old school COD community. I used to watch White Boy 7th Street or whatever his name was, right?
You know.
All those guys. And Keem, I didn't do as much Keem because, like, for some reason, I was a very nice young kid, and I thought all the toxic shit was just really hard to watch for some reason.
Good
I don't
for
know
you,
why.
Dude. Good for
Not
you.
good for me. I was a pussy. But
I guess it's better to get that over with when you're like young, and now you become sensible.
yeah,
you know?
now I'm just
Now you can watch it
incredibly
without being
bigoted.
impressionable.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's not what I was saying. I was saying I get
Pretty
my
sure
toxic
that's what you were saying.
DJ Keemstar stan when I'm a
Yeah.
kid, and now I'm,
I may have never been a huge Keemstar stan,
I wasn't a stan, okay, but
Keemstar is a fan of me, though. That's my favorite part.
He loves
Keemstar
you, bro.
is a big
He
Nux
loves you.
fan.
Oh man, dude.
yeah,
He
no, true.
hates
I saw the
you, bro.
episodes. I could tell.
Yeah.
He big fan.
Yeah,
Well,
he was
it
like,
doesn't help that you're
he was
always
doing
like,
those
you're always like
those
stabbing
friendly
him.
jabs.
Yeah, I mean, you're egging it on for sure. For sure, egging it on.
Definitely
Yeah,
egging
you
it
were,
on.
you were
like-
not trying to make
It's
peace.
it's only friends would roast each other like that.
Only friends.
He's
Only
got
friends.
one of the most wildest trajectories. There used to be a point where I was like so like.
He's insane.
So again, I never wanted to admit this ever. Like I didn't want any. I'll probably end up making a video about it now that I'm going on full on with it. But like, just to give it further context.
I'm sorry.
When I was a kid, like Keem, like we followed him during the FAG days. So the Federation of Asshole
Yeah.
Gamers. Okay, not.
Yeah,
Oh.
The other
I said
word.
Halo a-holes. I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna say that.
No, I figured might as well. Okay, but like.
But no, hey, clarify. It's not an A. It's the @
Yeah,
symbol.
the @
so that's
symbol.
how.
that's how they got away with it. Just remember, it's not a derogatory slur that they were going with at all. But there used to be a point where like a bunch of other like here's the thing about Keem drama, okay? Like Keem drama didn't start with like Ethan Klein or any of that, okay? It started way in the past.
No.
You got to understand,
No.
Keem was never a welcome figure in the community. This motherfucker always started beef with anybody. Like
He was always welcome in my community.
bro, there was one channel. When I was a kid, this was like 2011. Not even a kid. Like I hate to fucking admit it. I was 17 at the time, so this was 16, 17. I was long
Grown adult.
I was long past it. Okay, I was losing it. There's this one other channel. You guys might remember the name Minnesota Burns or some shit, bro. This is like the Call of Duty trolling era. Bro, I used to be a Minnesota Burns stan, dude. When he started beef with Keem, I like got my bootstraps on, I got my rifle ready. I'm like, I will fight for your honor, sir.
That is
That's
amazing.
how it feels when you're a teenager. Like, that's how important it feels.
That's how important
Dude,
it is.
As an adult, I'm like, how do these fans care so much about this drama that will not matter in a few months? It's like, as a teenager, I genuinely cared that much. Like, dude, did you watch AVGN way back in the day, Angry Video Game Nerd?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So do you remember when Irate Gamer came out? And
Irate.
Irate Gamer was like stealing lines. I remember going to bed in like a rage. Like, this is the most wrong thing you can possibly do, stealing AVGN's like content style. And it's like, I guess there weren't ripoffs at that point. Now it's like everyone rips off everyone. But dude, that mattered so much to me as a child.
I'm so glad nobody can ever find older YouTube channels of me, because I used to do something even fucking more like rage bonery inducing. I was so mad that I learned that I had Movie Maker, so I would just download the clip and download the other person's clip and point out the plagiarism and then upload it. And I'm
Dude,
so
I bet
glad.
I watched your stuff. I bet I watched
Bro.
those. Honestly. Dude, listen. So I've been posting on YouTube since 2006, not as RobertIDK, but as a 12-year-old with Windows Movie Maker. You know the genre YouTube poops?
Yeah.
Old school MLG shit.
I made YouTube poops before the genre existed. Before those very first like Zelda and Hotel Mario CDI terrible edits, I was taking SpongeBob episodes and making them like say the F word and like doing all that stuff in 2006. And then like people were like, hey, you know how you call them this? They're actually called YouTube poops. And I was like, what the hell is this? What, like, they're stealing my thing. I can't prove any of this because my channels are all gone from that time. But yeah, I was doing.
You deleted them?
I deleted all of them. Yes.
Out of shame.
Dude,
for
due
good
to sheer
for
embarrassment.
good reason. But yeah, dude, like I can't prove any of this, but it's so interesting to see how that came about. I didn't obviously come up with the name YouTube Poop, but seeing that become a thing was so bizarre. I remember when I was like 13, I had made a music video of like, again, SpongeBob to like some rap song, and it got a few
Soulja Boy, were
views
you
here
the
and there.
original GIF creator for the Soulja Boy?
I can't. No, I can't say.
Okay.
I can't say what it was.
Okay.
But I one day got a comment on my video saying, "Hey, you stole this video," and I was like, "What? What are you talking about? I made this video." I saw someone else posted the same thing and had 1 million views. Which, dude, this is 2007. 1 million views. I went into school the next day devastated. I was like, someone stole my video. And so I went onto the YouTube like chat forums, support forums, which was all just like user based at this point. You couldn't actually get help. So I was like, yo, I made this SpongeBob music video and people stole this. How do I get theirs taken out? What do I do? And they're like, oh yeah, they were so shitty about it. They were like, oh, no problem. As long as you own the original song, own SpongeBob and all of its characters, it'll be no problem. It's so interesting that a creator of such a popular show would be on the forums. It's like, dude, screw you. I hate you people. So that's how much help you could get.
Yeah, well, what did you expect? You came onto a forum where everyone was jaded and pissed.
I thought people would help. Why were they there? Like, why are you on this site, you jerks?
Dude, they're all complete assholes. Every single one. Everyone.
They're
like,
the worst.
You either have somebody that's like dribblingly fucking brain damaged on that forum, or you just have somebody who literally has like a fucking pipe connected from their rectum to their nose right there. That's all you have. There's
Dude,
no
and I was
in-betweens.
12. I couldn't handle this. This was my life's work.
Did you ever
know?
leave a comment?
1,000,000 views.
Did you ever like simp for somebody in the private messages? Remember when YouTube had a PM message box?
Oh, I remember those days.
Yes, of course.
What do you mean did I simp?
I remember when I had like one subscriber, I would go to the private message of a big channel with like 1,000 subscribers and be like, "Yo, dude, I love your videos. I'm a content creator too. I feel like we should
Sub for sub.
Dude, I remember those days when like 1,000 subscribers, you'd have the awards on your channel for like 56th most viewed today, and it's like the one kid in your like friend group who had 1,000 subs. It was like, dude, you're like famous. Like people are making reply videos to you. Like you're a big deal.
Dude,
Like,
my
reply
high
videos.
school. So my high school. So here's the funniest. I recently just like got in touch with one of those guys again. So when I was in high school, around the cafeteria, we did have a friend with 1,000 subs. His name was 69 on YouTube. 69. Already. He had the best name, and he uploaded a video that got like, I guess like 2,000-3,000 views. It was like a Call of Duty video. Dude, this guy would be in the cafeteria with his like MacBook, editing videos for us, and we were like, and everyone joined in. Everyone was like, they bought
Just
like the
business,
PBRs and everything. And I decided, like, I was in there one day. I had my whole like PB&J sandwich, and I was like, hey guys, I'm thinking of doing YouTube. And they were all like, ha, dude, it's too hard. You're too late. You'll never get into it. And I was so dejected. I'm like, I guess it just won't. I guess I'm a fucking idiot. And now
And at the time, you're like, I'm gonna make it one day, and I'm gonna go back and show them. And now it's like, I don't care about any of those people.
They messaged me. It's like, hey, I just saw you on TikTok, and I'm like, what do you mean? I get it now. And they're like, I didn't
Doing
know
the laugh.
My editor-
channel.
My
Do the
editor
laugh. Can you
sometimes
do the
puts
laugh
in
on
the
command?
clip of you laughing.
I could try, but I need some weed.
That was pretty fun. That's so crazy, dude. You did the laugh. You did the laugh.
But like they hit me up, and it's like, wait, I saw you on TikTok, and I didn't know you had a whole channel. It's been such a long time. You caught up. I'm like, yeah, you assholes were the ones saying that I could never get on here. F you guys.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Yeah, I guess you get those opportunities when you stay in Toronto. Like, that's where I'm from as well, but I don't see any of those people anymore. So.
No,
well,
this is me growing up in school in Michigan, so like dead middle of nowhere.
Michigan?
Cold. Yeah, I used to live there for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Did your family move to Saga?
Well, we always lived in like we were in like East Toronto for a while, and then we moved to Saga. And then as an adult, I just moved around the world a whole lot, and I came back to B-Town, so, Brampton. And then,
Brampton, yeah.
No, the people, every Canadian that I've ever met, aside from Nux, has always been from Ontario. I think I've only ever met one person
Why would you be anywhere else? No offense to every other Canadian.
Oh, I'm surrounded by the enemy right now. I forgot.
You're not surrounded by the enemy. You'll take us over one day, okay? Like, when the world goes to shit, we'll be annexed.
Dude, I don't want to be in Canada right now, though. Like, I went to Canada for, like, a month, a couple months ago. So, Bill C-11, right? I don't know, dude. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I can tell you for sure, I posted from Canada, and, like, my channel got nuked. Like, straight up. Like, impressions were less than half of what they usually were. No other reason for that. And, like, I've seen analytics enough to where you can tell when YouTube is, like, doing something. And it's like, I don't know what's going on, but it feels like Bill C-11's already happening.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that, too. Some of the analytics just don't make any sense anymore. So, at this point, I'm just doing, like, the VPN route and, like, just uploading from an office, not like through a VPN, but like we actually, like, what I did was I just have like a little office in the States, and I just have a computer there on 24/7, so I just patch through there and upload the videos if I was sitting in California.
Okay,
Dude,
okay,
that is
good.
so
So you don't
smart.
think I'm crazy here?
I don't think you're crazy
experiencing
either.
this.
I've been doing the Canadian thing also, and I've been getting destroyed.
Well, I didn't know if it was like the shift, like going from the States to Canada. But yeah, dude, it was crazy. Like, my channel's still recovering from like me visiting Canada and posting a few videos. Like, I took a break because I was like, well, this is obviously not helping.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I
So it's
legit,
scary
like,
stuff.
I just have an office that I have in like California, and I just like send the video out there to the computer, and I upload it from there. So that's all I do.
Dude, this is so validating for me. I was like, please don't let me just be crazy, you know? Because you don't want to just think like, oh no, it's my fault. I just posted a terrible video.
Well, even YouTube is like, they're constantly like, hey, you want to go to Parliament Hill? And I'm like, why the fuck would I go? You have the billions of dollars. You get your ass moving. What am I going to do?
That's like the most altruistic thing YouTube has done for its creators. It's like, yo, guys, just so you know, this is going to screw you guys over, so let's stop this.
Yeah.
Caleb.
Just move to Texas with me.
I wouldn't mind that, my G.
I'm thinking, I'm like, I've only got 3 states down there. It's like California, Nevada, or Texas. Dude, if I even post that I'm thinking of California, everyone's like, don't go to the failed state. And I'm like, damn, guys.
Why would you go
California.
Why would you do that?
I'm ready to be done with California for sure.
No, to me, it's like Texas or California. Like, I like Texas because of the whole, like, lax, like, taxes and guns. California, like, if it's one thing Texans can admit, they just got better beaches out in Cali. That's about it. But like,
that is going to be the only thing I miss. And it's like, do you want to give the government an extra 13% to go to the beach sometime? It's like, you got to weigh your options.
Dude, okay, so where I was staying in California last time, I didn't know this. Bro, I was in Trump country, Texas country where I was in. So last time I went
where I live is red.
Last I went to like Cali, so there's this place called Newport Beach. I want you guys to look up the presidential election map. It's the only holdout in the entire fucking state of California that's like Republican red leaning. And by the way, first off, to all the fucking virtue signalers in Hollywood, why is it that Bel Air, filled with some of the most like fucking preachy motherfuckers, still votes the fuck out of red? I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying the richer you get, the red you vote, okay? But like, when I was in Newport Beach, brother, there was not a homeless person. There was not even like a minority inside. I walked into that bitch, I was like, damn, I'm like the only other Indian. I felt like going to Japan. I was like, damn, I'm like the only other Indian guy in Newport. Jesus Christ.
True.
It was a clean, nice place for sure. But like, you missed the beaches. Like in Texas, it's like, Oompi, I don't know if you got like a beach over there, because you're like a landlocked state, obviously.
There's beaches.
But like,
oh really? Okay.
yeah.
What?
Beaches be crazy.
You have an actual yard to get sun in, though.
Texas isn't
like,
landlocked.
at the very least.
I thought it was, wasn't it?
We have a Gulf Coast, brother.
Bruh.
I gotta look at the map again. I'm sorry.
What?
I thought literally all south of you was just Mexico.
No. There's like,
Hold on.
I mean, there's like, got to be 800 miles of coastline.
You're right.
Maybe 600.
I'm a fucking idiot. You're right.
It's a good thing we all know each other so well in here, you know?
There's like there's a good beach, but you're right though. The beaches do suck. Galveston's terrible. Houston is shit. There's one good one called Padre. South Padre Island is like pretty solid.
I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Bro, that's
there's
cool.
and
Right there at the edge.
yet again. By the way, Mexico has great beaches, and it's not that. I mean, it's not that far away. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I'm looking at South Padre Island.
go to a
You can
different
go all the way
country,
down to
but, you know.
like Playa Baghdad. Oh, the name does not really doesn't give you all that. But yeah, no, it's I don't know. Like all the South U.S. is like where, like if I have to live anywhere in the States, it can't be the East Coast. It has to be like the West Coast to South. Like
yeah.
I like Nevada. Like when I was in California, like Nevada was great because it's like if you're in South California, it's like you just want to like go to like party for a little bit, drive like 2 hours, and you're in like Vegas and shit, 2-3 hours. I don't know how far like. Well, I'm pretty sure it's a long ass drive, but just that whole southern corridor of the U.S. I could just like live in. But yeah, going back to Bill C-11, you're not wrong, brother. Like upload out of Canada, can save your stress.
Yeah, thank you for letting me know. Well, Canada landlocks its artists across the board. Like, dude, only the Canadians watching this video have probably heard of the band Headley. But if you're from Canada, Headley's been all over the radio for like, 12 years now? It's because Canada has its like broadcasting laws where, 45 or 55% of all music on the radio has to be Canadian.
It has to be Canadian content, Kanye.
We sign artists to Canadian labels, and then it's like, okay, we'll make you superstars, but only here. The States, the rest of the world does not get you. They will not know you exist, but you are superstars here.
It's a super protectionist policy. Now, a lot of people that defend this policy, and again, I know what I'm talking about because before YouTube and before a lot of this stuff, before I was like ever investing money, I worked in the media field. So I worked with like a lot of these big guys like Rogers, Bell, Shaw, basically the big four. And inside the Big Four, there's entire divisions centered around making your content Canadian enough, right? Like, whenever you're hiring somebody for a TV show, whenever you're hiring somebody for anything, you're literally looking for Canadians first so you can be eligible for tax credits and all this extra bullshit. But also, the reason why Bill C-11 sucks a lot, and I've said this a million times, it's like, it's not that there's some crazy government right, left-wing conspiracy shit going on, which a lot of people lead to for some dumb reason. It's literally the big last legacy media, like, holding out. Like, they just want to be, like, at top of the... Because when you pass a law like this, who already has the infrastructure in place to be Canadian enough? It's the fucking big companies, right? It's like global. It's like the big TV stations.
Big Canada.
Yeah. Not the average creator. Because, like, there's no video portal we can go to, upload our video ahead of time, write a description, and get, like, a certificate that we can show to, like, YouTube and be like, yeah, we're Canadian enough, keep us in the algo. Like, we can't do that. Right. So it's like, they literally designed a system that can only be, like, even if you're a big YouTuber, like, if you're Linus or something like that, you probably could afford a division that can do all of that for you. But, like, that's not a feasible situation for every YouTuber out there, right? Like, even if you're a top creator, like, are you really willing to, like, divest a ton of your resources to do this legal hurdle that Canada just brought up? Or are you just going to move somewhere else? It's just cheaper to move somewhere else, you know? Like, shit.
Yeah, it's scary stuff, dude. It's like, that's why, like, with Canadian artists, there aren't any, like, mid-level fame Canadian artists around the world, because, like, Drake, Justin Bieber, they signed to American labels, so they got out of, like, the Canadian bubble. Good move. Everyone else, if you sign to a Canadian label, have fun. I mean, cool, you'll be big in Canada.
Yeah, I don't know what Headley is.
So, exactly.
That's why we signed. That's, like, my rule here is, like,
every time I hear people...
Like,
every time I hear people from Ontario complain about Canada, I kind of laugh a little bit. Coming from Montreal, the objectively worse city, Quebec, the objectively worse province, I do have to say, you're complaining about things being 55% Canadian? There's a literal law in Quebec that French letters on stores need to be bigger fonts than the English letters. Okay.
Which is funny because last time I was in Montreal, everyone spoke English to me.
There's a lot of English speakers, but there's an actual law. If you're working in a store, like in a grocery store, you have to say hello in French first.
Hello, bonjour.
No, bonjour,
they have
hello.
To say bonjour, hello.
Yeah, bonjour, hello first.
That's a law. You could get sued for it.
I've always heard hello, bonjour. That's very interesting.
Well, like, even when you cross the border from, like, Niagara Falls to Buffalo and you're coming back, the agent's like, "Hello, oh, bonjour, by the way." Like, It's like, wait, I forgot.
It's the same thing. Like, you'll have a stop sign or whatever. You'll have a stop sign. You'll have "arrête" in big letters, and then you'll have "stop" in little
my
letters.
dad is such an asshole. I feel like they changed the law literally because of my dad and all of Canada. So my dad was the biggest a-hole. He used to go across the border all the time. And so the English, they used to have different language lines. So it's like English and bilingual, right? So, like, the English line was like fucking miles long. And so my dad was like, I'm just going to go in the bilingual line. So he goes to the bilingual line, and the guy in the bilingual line speaks French, and my dad responds in Hindi, like, just straight up. And the guy's like, what the fuck are you going on about? My dad's like, it says bilingual. So, like, it doesn't say it's French and English. So,
I think I means too.
Yeah, literally. And then the guy's like, this an asshole. And then my dad is like, even if I wanted to speak English, I could, because it's the bilingual line.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, I can't get out of this line.
But you don't understand. Bilingual in Quebec means speaking French.
Okay,
you don't understand.
And I swear, like, as a kid, he always did that, and it was always it always pissed the border agent off. And my dad didn't care. He's like, I need to get back in. All right, my kids need to fucking go back home. I need to go back home. I'm gonna fucking cheat the system. And then like, as the older I got, that line went away, and I'm like, Dad, I think you literally caused the whole province of Ontario to, like, cut this line because because he's the only one that fuck with them, dude. The thing about Canadians is that they follow the law they follow the rules as much as they can. We're a very nice people. You find the one outlier that, like, doesn't speak French on that line, they're like, how dare you? It's like the best shit that I've ever seen, dude. It's like, Because, like, when he went into the line, I freaked out as a kid. I'm like, Dad, you're breaking the rules. You can't do that. My dad's like, just watch this, son. And then, like, he comes in and they speak And by the way, my dad can speak French. It's not like he can't do it. He just chooses not to.
So
he just chooses not to. Like,
Yeah,
he
my
can
dad's
speak
French is my dad's French is pretty. It's not great, all right. It's not that good, but
No.
so he's a doctor. He'll have a patient, and he'll talk to his patient. He'll start off in English, and the student or whatever, the resident that's there is like, "You're just gonna start in English like that?" It's like, it's okay. His Alzheimer's. He won't remember. I spoke to him in English anyway.
Nuts. Can you? How fluent are you?
Me, I understand French fluently. I am so bad at languages. Like, I can.
Has anyone ever
communicate.
heard Nuxtaku, the French version?
Yeah. I gave
I
I
think
gave
I've
someone
briefly heard, yeah.
I gave someone a French lesson once on their channel. They wanted me to teach them
Okay.
how the French language has more exceptions than rules. You know, it's like every word ends with a silent consonant. Like, why?
True.
There's
Dude,
no
honestly,
reason
at this
for
point,
that.
like, when they taught us French in school, I was like, and then like when I went to the States, I took Spanish. I was like, oh, Spanish is a lot more fucking easier than French. Like, it even got to the
It
point where
is.
like everyone
It
I
is.
talked to with like French, I'm like, why would I learn to speak French when like a whole entire fucking continent speaks the other language? I'm just gonna learn Spanish
Yeah.
instead.
French is pretty niche, and like in Canada,
French
it's
is
like, yeah,
niche.
well, of course you should learn French because that's what the people here do.
No,
Well,
but
I will
dude,
say
they
about,
don't-
like-
okay, I don't want to get into a whole French rant here. Okay, listen, French people, I love you guys. Okay, but why is it that every time a new school starts, it has to be a French school? The only schools that are allowed to speak in English are schools that are grandfathered in from before this law. Okay, like
This
you
is
have.
all so
True.
stupid to me.
Ubi's like, the only
I know
language
what
that
you're saying.
matters is fucking English. And don't you
Isn't
dare
it
tell us that.
l'école? Isn't that a school in
Just learn English.
in French?
Just learn
Yeah,
English.
it's the school.
Well, Umbi, your country doesn't even have an
Yeah,
official
that's
language.
right.
You guys are just like fucking like illiterate.
But I tell you what, we communicate pretty good.
yeah.
We communicate
We
pretty
didn't get the
good.
message. We got a few ways.
Two airy, smooth hair. All right.
You know, I think my favorite Twitter post has always been like the one time where like just this entire year, anytime you, Caleb, just like dunk on somebody for shitting on homeschooling. Like there was one, like literally, I'm scrolling through my feed in the morning, right? Like, and it's like Caleb like posts, it's like, public school tard. I went to homeschooling and I'm like 20% more smarter than you on average.
I can't help. I
He's not
aced
actually
every
wrong.
test. I
Like, he's
aced
not
every
even
test.
wrong.
Your
I had
mom
no
was grading
testing
the papers,
anxiety.
bro.
No, she wasn't. It was private
Well, like-
school. It was a private school.
Well, the thing about
Wait,
it is
someone
like,
that wasn't your parent. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
My mom
I was
just
gonna be
made
like,
sure
if
I
your
did
mom's
it.
Grading the papers,
No.
they
Yeah.
decide if you won or lost.
well, the
No,
thing,
I
the
mean,
thing
it
about
still has to be
homeschooling
like
is,
accredited.
Yeah, like you still have to go
Okay,
through
fine.
testing and
I
everything.
guess that
It's
makes
not like
sense.
you can go to college without.
Yeah,
it.
you still have to like to be able to. I have a college degree. To be able to get into college, you have to have
Sorry.
accredited. Yeah.
In
schooling.
public school, we don't learn about weird people like you and how they do it. So, I don't know the systems. I
Dude,
assume your
honestly-
mom's just like, okay, this is biology.
Good job,
It's
honey.
Like, okay,
Good
thanks,
job,
Mom.
honey. If my mom graded it, I would have fucking failed. Probably. She's
Okay,
way
all
more
right.
evil than my teachers were.
I remember a couple months ago, the school system's so insane. Like, I had family reach out to me because, like, so Oakville got into the news, obviously, a few months ago in school. Some people
Oh,
probably
yes.
know about this. I know y'all remember the big-breasted,
OT.
like, the big-breasted teacher? Like, she was in the news for a little bit,
yeah.
like Tucker Carlson. Yeah, so she was
She
like...
made the rounds, as it were.
Yeah, so this is like a full context. This is like a transgender teacher, and like she had like big like anime, like we're talking just fucking huge.
Anime doesn't cut it,
Yeah,
dude. It's
so-
like two
Manga.
additional bodies.
They're
Manga.
two cancer balls, right? Like it's literally like if you looked
Literal
at it, you're like,
watermelon sized.
yeah. So anyways, like she had a bunch of these like bazongas and everything, and they were prosthetic. Obviously, they weren't real. So she walked into the school with them, and she was like a shop teacher. Now, I saw the video on TikTok a long time ago, and I was like, I wasn't even freaking out about the big breasts. I was just like, bro, she has her hair loose, and she's playing with power tools. Is she fucking insane? Does she want her
Yeah.
scalp ripped off? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I thought I was dude, I was praying to the Lord this was somewhere in the States. You know, I was like, please be in the States. No, Oakville. And you gotta understand, like last year and this year alone, Canada has been like front page center for like some of the most insane shit around, okay? Like, we've just been hitting international headlines, okay? For all the wrong reasons. You know, it's not like, hey, here's something that Canada did that was cool. No, here's Canada just trying to be a 4chaner for a little bit. So, like, this...
Yeah, listen, we had our era of Drake and Justin Bieber and, like, all of the greatest exports, you know? And now, you know, we're having a little bit of a recession.
Yeah, we're that's
yes,
one way
Drake.
you can put it, I guess. Dude, I can't stand Drake. I really can't. Like, this whole city, like,
he's a goofball.
Dude, every time, like, here's my thing with Drake. He'll always go around talking like, yeah, I'm from the 6, gotta represent. Everyone that I've ever talked to in the entire city has been like, yeah, Drake's a fucking loser. Like, it's like our mayor. Like, we have a premier called Rob Ford.
He's a loser.
Like,
he's not even famous in Canada. He's only famous worldwide. Cringe.
Yeah, the algorithm pushes Drake down here now. Him, dude. But, like,
he doesn't even make the 55% of Canadian artists that we have on the news.
Well, he's not Canadian enough, dude. He's like a stake gambler now, so it doesn't even fucking matter.
True. That is not Canadian morals at all.
Famous kick streamer.
Hold on, wait. Yeah, what if he becomes a kick streamer? What if they get Drake on? Because remember, Stake works with Drake. I just realized, Drake could actually kickstart the platform.
Drake might own Stake.
This is a bit of a tangent, but Muda, I feel like maybe you could explain this better than most people. People who have that much money, I also look at PewDiePie. He lives a very minimalist lifestyle, but he still ends his videos with, "This video is sponsored by NordVPN." Why? Why did these people still take these massive deals when they already have made
to
all
make
the
money
they need?
Yeah,
I just straight up don't.
They just like money more than you do.
Okay, so I'll explain this.
I don't know
if
that's
right?
the case. I think. Okay, yeah, Muda, go for it.
I'll explain it in the best way that I can. Okay, so when it comes to money, I live a pretty normal lifestyle. Like, the only large thing that I've ever bought is my place, right? And that's literally because of an investment. That's it. Like, houses, they're a great investment. Like, I bought this house for, like, a certain price. It jumped up $700,000. So, like, there's a reason why I put money into real estate and a bunch of other investments. I don't buy anything fancy. Like, the only thing fancy I bought is this graphic card, and that's it. Like PewDiePie, I don't buy, like, the most expensive clothing and, like, Lamborghinis and shit.
Bugatti.
So all the money that I make, it just goes back into, like, investing. It literally just goes into investing. And the only reason I invest is, like, just to cover family around me. Like, I'm paying for my brother's school, so, like, I never got to go to, like, the fanciest school in the world, too, but I'm sending my brother to, like, a really good fancy place. Like, I want him to finish off at, like, MIT or Caltech. So, like...
That's awesome, dude, yeah.
That's money for them. I just got my parents their place and everything, so it's, like, that's pretty much what I spend the money on. And that's, like, the only reason I seek to make money is to snowball it. Like, for me, it's, like, a high score type deal. Like, I just like to build the money and, like... Every year,
so
like,
I'm wondering, is that the mentality for someone like PewDiePie, who, like, he did a setup tour the other day, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is my weight set. It's a crappy one from Amazon."
Yeah,
it's like, you didn't have to get the bad one, but you chose to. But you're still like, I love PewDiePie. I just don't understand the mentality.
That's where I learned the mentality from. Like, the only reason that I ever bought property is because, like, years ago on a PewDiePie video, that's all he ever said. I took that shit to heart so much. Like, there's two people that
what did he say?
He's literally talking about, like, he just joked in a video. It's like, property. That's the best way to, like, fucking build your money, guys. Fight off inflation.
Okay.
Took it to heart. There's only two financial, like, people that I've ever listened to that their advice has ever stuck with me, and you're gonna shit yourself because it's PewDiePie, and then it's fucking Keemstar.
Ty Lopez.
Like, it's the two people.
Dude, in my mind I was like Keemstar, but
yeah, I was like, I've only ever, like, listened to two people about money, and it's work. Like, it's Keem and, like, PewDiePie.
Andrew Tate and Ty Lopez.
Yeah, I thought, like, what's the weirdest thing he could say? And Keem came to mind, but I was like, he's not gonna say Keem.
No, I looked, like, I told it to him, like, I've literally, like, listened to because, like, I listen to the advice from people that have actually done it, and they're not preachy about it, you know what I mean? Like, because, like,
right.
That's
if
why
I was
Muda
younger,
has so many monkey NFTs.
Bro,
True.
Don't even
I've
get me
seen them.
started.
Keem knows how to survive, though. Like, against all odds, Keem keeps coming back. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, he does obviously know what he's doing.
The thing about, like I got into so much arguments with other creators on, like, NFT shit behind the scenes, like on Discord. Like, it's funny because, like, when the NFT shit came in, there was a bunch of creators who were like, should I get into it? Because they were trying to 100 times their money. And I was always like, listen, if you want to jump into the NFT shit, I'm not gonna fucking stop you. I just think it's really fucking stupid. I've done it in a different, I've made my money in a different, less, I guess you could say, explosive manner, but much more stable. They weren't even willing to go down there. I know so many creators who burnt 6 figures, we're talking up to $500,000, maybe even more, just off the NFT crypto craze. And they're still complaining about it to this day. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You could have done it the smart way, the PewDiePie way, but no, you did it the fucking
by real things.
Dumbass, yeah. Well, speaking about it, Faze Clan recently, right? obviously we talked about their Save the Kids shit. Did you guys see recently one of their OG members came out and they're I'm gonna get assassinated?
Yeah. Faze Rain.
Okay. Faze Rain. So Faze Rain, for full context, people watching, Faze Rain has drug problems. He used to have, I don't know if he sobered up completely, but he's always had drug problems. Now Faze Rain is an original founding guy for Faze Clan. Mm-hmm. He's one of the OGs. And he recently came out and said he's gonna burn hundreds of millions of dollars to the ground. There's gonna be people that are gonna go after him. He's not gonna fucking dead and shit just because he's about to expose some crazy shit about Faze Clan and all of that. And I don't know. I'm just I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for what the fuck could happen.
Yeah, I'm excited to see.
I'm staying far away from that. I'm not watching. Yeah. That would give me so much anxiety.
He's also
watching that.
He's had a bunch of there's been a bunch of things like this before with him that I've noticed. Mm-hmm. Not to speak of him as if he's some kind of character or not just a regular person, mm-hmm. but there's been many times in which he's alluded towards sewer sliding. On his stories and stuff on Instagram. He's very manic, it seems like. And this probably, to me, I saw it, I was like, oh, that's interesting, but it will probably, in my opinion, be absolutely nothing like everything else that he said. He's gone missing a few times, and it's crazy. His whole arc has been so bizarre ever since the founding of Faze.
Yeah, it's
wow. Well, we're gonna probably see a lot of videos about that in the future.
Yeah. Well,
hopefully he's doing all right.
Members, there was another member in there, Tico or whatever, that was just I think Faze mm-hmm. posted something with all their members, and he jumped in and he was like, "Don't post me," and I was like, "Oh shit, there's some fucking trouble in paradise going on." But honestly, even my Faze is such a weird organization. You have a bunch of people that hype beast, but then at the top, you've got just a bunch of people that are uber super professional. Even their CEO and everything, they were all totally normal people that are running this company. So I don't know. It's going to be wild to see it. But honestly, in the last year or two, so many influencers have jumped down this rabbit hole of trying to create a crap ton of cash in the dumbest ways possible. And there's so many times where I want to talk about it, but I'm well, I think the other big thing is
I wish I had a tenth of that mindset. I wish I had a tenth of that hustle grind mindset, because this sounds very obnoxious and altruistic, but I can't care that much about getting money at all costs. Mm. But if I had 10% of that Logan Paul energy of let me do whatever, even if it's scamming my fans to make money, I'd probably be more successful. But I can't.
Well, it depends how you define successful.
Yeah, you'd have to
yeah, true.
You'd have to burn your goodwill with your fans. And I try to put fans above that,
but so many fans don't even care. Shockingly,
true.
No, but sometimes I literally last night before I went to bed, I had an email from a crypto casino, and it's shocking to me. They were like, "We're huge fans of your content." I'm like, "Oh, you haven't seen a fucking video if you think I'm going to join up for a casino gambling sponsorship." But okay, let's go off.
Yeah.
And bro, the money that they offer is insane. We're talking monthly 6 figures, easily. And I'm just you either sell out your fans that way or not. So
for me, it's so easy to just not do that. Just don't do the scam. Just forget about that email, mm-hmm. But there's just people who have that let's get to the top at any cost mindset.
I think the thing is obviously all of our timeline on YouTube is limited. At some point we're all going to fall off, right? We're all not going to have our you know what I mean? At some point it's over, right?
Yeah.
So it's you make as much money as you can, but for me I'm always I can make money in a million other ways. That's not scamming my fans. But I feel
that's how I feel as well.
But I feel also to have that mindset and the ability to do that comes pretty rare, there's not a lot of people that can do that, and there's not a lot of people that think outside the scope that easily, if I want to make money...
I guess to be fair,
Yeah,
like a lot of the people who do have that super grind set or whatever, like they aren't the most talented people, you know? They're like very resourceful, but like they aren't someone who can like once they're done on YouTube, they can be a voice actor or something like that, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Or like a social media manager, or somebody that starts their own successful company afterwards. So there's like a bunch of different things around it. Like, I know that YouTube would never last forever. I know that, like, I've never had the same job years after year. Like, I've worked in different careers my whole fucking life. So for me, it's like I'm always switching. So for me, I understand, like, if I want to make money, I have to have like something secure for me. And money for me is like, yeah, I live a pretty minimal lifestyle, so it's either like helping family or I donate to like shit like Linux or something, or like, you know, donate to all these server farms to keep up.
Yeah. I have to go.
You have to get out. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, we're about an hour and 25 minutes. We had a fucking discussion and a half this episode. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man, it was super fun. Really nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, no, it was nice to meet
hell
you
yeah,
too.
this was dope. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, no, for real.
And Oompa, maybe next time get the camera in order, you know, be a professional.
Yeah, maybe next time. Wow, we'll see.
Wow.
We'll see.
He's got the acoustic foam, bro. Give him that.
He knows me so well. He knows me, dude. He knows me so well. There's like $30,000 of cameras in here, and I'm fucking doing this right now. Like, this is embarrassing. Genuinely embarrassing.
Yeah, I am using my webcam, to be fair. I thought I was gonna record with my proper thing, color grade it, look at it, make it look all nice, but...
Hey, listen, on this podcast, we're all about having shits and giggles. That's what we're doing.
Shits and gigs. Shits and gigs.
Oompi's like,
I have to go though, for real.
He's about to shit on the floor. All right, Oompi, you gotta lead us out. You gotta lead us out with the Slavic squat, dude.
Anyways, guys, here I'll sit in it. Oh, I sat in a plant. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this episode of the Some Ordinary Podcast. I've been sitting like this for so long, my knees hurt. And yeah, thanks for the guest, Robert. Love him. He's a great dude. Go sub to his channel.
Love him very much.
You got any links or anything you want to plug or social media?
Yeah, I guess if you've got like a 13-year-old cousin or whatever, they might like my stuff. I make reaction videos that are family friendly. I do aim to actually entertain families. I try my best to be you know, make reaction videos that have a bit more effort in than most. And yeah, check it out if you want. If you don't, that's totally fine.